Out there with Lance Stevenson, and there's Williams.
What it is, everybody, it's your boy Shout Dog 240 coming at y'all with another 2K vid. And in this one you can see it's the league game that I was playing, the Knicks versus the Bobcats. And I'm sorry to bring y'all that this is going to be the last game that I'm going to bring from this league. I decided to drop out because according to these guys, I don't play sim and I don't play on ball D. And y'all see how I play, y'all know how I get down in these videos that y'all have saw me put up. Y'all know I'm 100% on ball D and I'm all about sim ball. But for some reason, these guys say I don't play sim and I don't play on ball D, which I don't understand. But according to them, I don't. And for the past week or so, I've been getting, you know, messages that people been complaining about the way I play. And I'm just wondering, like, what are y'all complaining about? Because I don't get in these games and play cheesy like these, you know, these ranked match players do. Because even in ranked matches, even though I don't have to, I play sim in those games. I play on ball D and I call plays in those games, even though I don't have to. So it wouldn't make sense for me to get in a well-known league that I know it's all about sim ball and play a cheesy type game. I mean, it don't make sense to me. But yeah, man, and they went off of one play in the video I put up almost 2 weeks ago. It was me against the Golden State Warriors where they was talking about my own ball D, where I did not switch back to the player that had the ball right when he passed the ball. And you know, it was for a split second off of one play. And everybody's complaining off that one play. They try to pick and do everything like I did everything wrong in that game. And you know what I'm saying? But when you look at the game, I played sim the whole time. I just didn't switch back to the guy that I was supposed to be holding, you know what I'm saying, as soon as he passed the ball. So everybody's been going off for that one play. And they looked at the game that I played against the Jazz. You know, even though the guy said I played a good game and I deserve to win, they said I don't play sim. And y'all know how I get down. I'm all about sim ball. So I said before I start listening to these niggas bitch and complain like women, man, I might as well just drop out, because y'all saw my last video. When it comes to these online games and online players, you know, I just want to have fun. At the end of the day, I already looked at the game as, you know, I have to play real. But at the end of the day, I do want to have fun with these games. And for somebody, you know, to keep messaging me saying that, you know, I even had a message that they sent asking me, well, if I'm not committed to playing with the team that I have, then please let them know. And I'm like, who told y'all I'm not committed? You know, I knew that when y'all sent me the message, because I didn't ask to join this league. I knew about the league, but I never asked to join the league. It's somebody that know how I play, and I was in one of his leagues, and he know how I play. He know I play 100% on ball. He know I play sim. So I was invited to this league. I never even asked to play in this league. And the guy invited me to it, and he said that I'm gonna be playing with the Knicks. They had a losing record. They had the 8th place in the playoffs. And I only had a couple games, you know what I'm saying, to try to get me a playoff spot. And I said, cool, even though I didn't play with the Knicks, I said it'll be a challenge and it'll be something new that I can put up on the channel. You know, instead of y'all seeing me play, you know, ranked games with the Lakers all the time. So I took the team, knowing that they had a losing record. I was just looking at it as, well, okay, well, in the next season, I just try to build up, I'll start over, and we can go from there. So after I got the invite, you know, I won 7 games in a row, but I started getting complaints about, you know, I'm not sim ball. So, you know, it just came to a head today, you know, and I was keep getting messages about people saying the way I play is not sim. I just said, fuck it, you know, I drop out, you know what I'm saying, they can have the league. It's cool that the guy that did invite me to it, he didn't complain to me about how I play. He was just letting me know that the people was telling him, you know what I'm saying, he know how I play. But, you know, I appreciate the invite that he sent out to me to join the league. But, you know, I'd rather not play with a whole bunch of grown-ass men that bitch and complain about every little thing that I do when I know I play on ball. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife and I got a job. And when I come home and play these games, this is my time to relax and chill. Even though I get pissed off and I rage at these ranked matches, in these league matches, I feel like, you know, this is something that I can just chill back. And if I do lose, at least I lost to somebody that know how to play the game. You know, that's how I was looking at it. If you lose a game, you probably get pissed off because I hate losing. You're not losing to somebody that use cheese tactics and you know, and glitch, you know, the whole time to get the win. But I'm not finna, at the same time, I'm not finna listen to no grown ass men cry and complain about losses and they saying I'm doing certain things. So I'm not in this league no more. Don't worry about me bringing any more games from this league. If anything, y'all let me know. I just want to do something with my subscribers, a 30-man league, and y'all just let me know whenever y'all ready. I can just get something going on my own. You know, I can just do me. And if y'all want to, I just run something with y'all, and it'll pretty much be the same rules, whatever. But that's not even what this video is about. So this is the last game. I'm gonna be doing my own stuff. Y'all just shoot me a message if y'all just want to get a league going with me. So now that we done got that bullshit out the way, this video is really about, you know what I'm saying, my own, not my own line, but my playoff predictions for the 2012 playoffs. Now, it's a lot of games that I'm going to be looking at, and it's a lot of games and matchups that I'm really interested in, and I can't wait to see. And I'm just giving y'all my thoughts and who I think is going to win and how many games. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but, you know, everybody had their predictions, and these are mine. So I'm going to just start off with the West. You got the first place Spurs going against the 8th place Jazz. And right now, if you look at it, the Spurs, they playing like flawless basketball. The thing about the Spurs is, you know, nobody plays with an agenda. Everybody play, you know, what they supposed to do. They play their position. They run the plays. And it's not one player that is worried about, you know, am I getting my points? Am I getting my stats up? Everybody on that team just play flawless basketball. They have a good passing team all the way down to the center in Tim Duncan. And I mean, what, Tim Duncan is a power forward, but you know what I mean. The center is well, Tim Duncan is a center, but they do everything like perfect. If you would want your team to be any team in the league, you would want it to be the Spurs. They might not be the most high fly act, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't get the highlights on Sports Center, but at the end of the day, they winning by 15, 20 points off of just playing just straight basketball. That's the meaning of sim basketball when you watch them play. When I went to the game with the Lakers and the Spurs, and they whooped us, it's like they did everything perfect. And that's what you get from a Greg Popovich team. And this is a team that will, you know, they will whoop your ass and they'll kill you. And they'll just walk right off the court, you know, and worry about the next game. They're not a team that'll let you know that they beat you. It's not a team that'll just celebrate a whole lot. They celebrate when they want to, but they just don't throw it in your face. They just worried about, okay, we got the win. Let's go ahead and worry about the next team. They take it from game to game. They're not like big-headed like a lot of these other teams are and a lot of these young teams are. Sometimes we can even do that. We can play and celebrate too damn much, knowing that we're not consistent this year. But I just don't see the Jazz winning any games against the Spurs, to be real with you. The Spurs is playing too flawless right now, man. If you look at their game, it's pretty much perfect. And if you want to get a Jazz probably one game, I'll probably give them one game, because at home you already know that's a 6-man. The crowd up there is real loud. It's like a college crowd when you go up to Salt Lake. So if they do get a win, it'll probably be at home, and they draw the energy and they draw their adrenaline just off the crowd, and they probably, you know, get one from there. But I see either the Spurs winning in 5 or just straight up sweeping the Jazz. The only concern I have for the Spurs is, you already know every year they'll win like 50 plus games, but as soon as it comes to the playoffs, it's almost like they forget how to play basketball sometimes. So the Spurs, they play good in the regular season, but once you get to the playoffs, when those lights come on and those younger players that they have on their team that's playing real good right now, like Kawhi Leonard, and they do have Steven Jackson, they just added him. You know, and these new players that they have and these young players, they see the bright lights come on in the playoffs, and sometimes they just don't deliver. And an older team like that and a good passing team like that, they're going to need everybody to contribute. So if the Spurs don't play like they've been playing in the regular season, then I feel like they're in trouble. So, but anyway, no matter if it's against the Jazz, they're gonna beat the Jazz either way it go. So in that series, I see that game going 4 games for the Spurs, or 5-1 or 4-1, 1 game to the Jazz. And that game come on Sunday, so y'all can check that out. Then you have the 2nd seed OKC against the 7th seed Mavs. Now this is gonna be a matchup that I'm gonna be really looking forward to. I'm gonna be really looking at. It will be perfect for the defending champions to just knock out OKC in the first in the first series, but I just don't see that happening. I mean, the Mavs, they just haven't been consistent this year, man. I never seen a championship team come in the next season and play so up and down like them. You know, we almost did it like last year, the year before last, but they've been an up and down team. I mean, for them to win the championship and come in and in the 7th seed, you know that this season haven't been consistent. So, but you have like one of the best power forwards in the game. You do have Dirk. You do have a veteran point guard and Jason Kidd that'll get the ball around. And you have good defensive players like Sean Marion. And you have Karan Butler. You can never just count out the defending champions, because you know, anytime you have the ring the year before last, you always want to come in and say you want to protect that what you say, you want to keep that championship run going. So I just don't feel like they're just going to lay down on OKC. But OKC, they're playing almost flawless basketball themselves. But thing is, with OKC, they don't have like a good interior as far as offense goes. They have Kendrick Perkins. He's just strictly defense. Sometimes you can get a good game out of Serge, but he's strictly defense. You can get a good offensive game from him, but everything is going to fall on Kevin Durant and on Westbrook. And I feel like if you put a bigger guard on Westbrook or a good defending guard on Westbrook, you can pretty much stop him. You can get in his head a little easier than you can get in Durant's head, because Durant is just a monster. He gonna get his. I feel like if you can hold one, if you don't let everybody get off, if you don't let Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and James Harden get off, then I feel like you have a real good chance of beating this team. They don't have like a set type way that they play basketball. They just go, or they just like to run a lot. But when it gets to like a set offense, when you slow the game down, sometimes the offense looks kind of suspect. And Kevin Durant most of the times will bail them out with them, them long range, quick throw up shots. Sometimes they go in because he's just that good. But OKC, I just don't think that they'll go too far this year. I still feel like they 1 or 2 pieces away from even winning, not just winning the championship, but just winning the West period. So in this one, it's kind of hard. I would like to say that the Mavs will beat OKC, because that'll make it easier for us. But the way the Mavs have been playing, they're like a Jekyll and Hyde. They up and down. You never know what you're going to get from the Mavs night to night. So I'd probably say OKC in 6 or 7. And I don't want to see OKC. I don't want to face OKC, because that's a dangerous team, And you know how the Lakers are. But, in that one, I'd probably say OKC in 6 or 7. It's going to be a real good series. But I am pulling for the Mavs. I'm pulling for the Mavs to win it. But if you just look at it common sense, you just say OKC is probably going to, a lot of people say they're going to sweep them. But I say OKC in 6 or 7. That game's come on Saturday. So y'all check that one out. You have my team, the Lake Show, 3rd place, going against the 6th-seeded Nuggets. Now, on this series, I'm glad that the Lakers have the Nuggets. I don't mind the Lakers being a 3rd seed team this year. You always want to go for the number 1 seed, but I'm glad that the Lakers have the 3rd seed, and I'm glad that the Nuggets fell to 6. Because if you look at it, and if you look at history, I don't know if you noticed, but the Nuggets, even in the Carmelo era, they never beat us in the playoff series. So anytime the Nuggets play, they face the Lakers in the playoffs, we always sweep them. So if you just want to go off of history, that we have that going for us. And then another thing, you already know that we're not going to have Meta. And without Ron Artest, I don't think we really just need him for the Nuggets. So this is like the perfect team in the West to face, because this team is real small. I don't feel like they can really do too much. I mean, they do have JaVale McGee. Sometimes he could be dumb as hell, act like he don't know where he at. He can be one of the dumbest players in the league. He almost worse than Scalabrine, but I don't think their team has it to beat us. I don't think they have the size, and that we can just really throw it down into the paint and just let Bynum do work. And you have Kobe that he gets what he wants, not all the time. Carmelo, that wasn't even called for that that ballerina shit that he just put up. I hate it when I threw that alley and he just went up for a down. Doing that 360 shit, and I thought he was gonna miss it, but we got it. But yeah, back to that. I just don't feel like they can beat us. We have Kobe. We have a good point guard in Ramon Sessions, but the only thing I'm concerned about Ramon is that the fact that, you know, a lot of point guards, you know, they get past him. Sometimes they can abuse him because he has real good offense, but his defense is real suspect, and he tend to turn the ball over a lot. And you can't turn the ball over to a team like the Nuggets because they like to get out and run. They're not like a set play team like us or the Spurs. They like to get the points off of, you know, a lot of layups, a lot of turnovers, you know, points off turnovers, and leak out and get those easy baskets, you know, and JaVale McGee, you try to go in and get those easy dunks. So yeah, sexy layup by J.R. Smith. So I feel like we're going to sweep them, but I wouldn't be mad if we did get it at 5. That means that, you know, that'll be closer for us having Ron Artest at the time he's playing his best basketball, you know, for the second round. So I feel like, you know, we're going to, oh, that was a sexy by J.R. Smith. I'm going to miss playing with J.R. Smith, pause. But he was like the second best scorer on my team when I was playing with the Knicks. So the Knicks is probably a team that I probably start trying to run with, probably on rain matches just to see if I can run with them. But yeah, I'm back and forth, man. Y'all, I'm not doing this. I haven't wrote anything down. It's all coming off the top of my head. So if I'm everywhere with it, you know what I'm saying, excuse me. So I feel like the Lakers are going to whoop them. They're going to sweep them, bring out the brooms. But if they do, if the Nuggets do get one at home with that crowd being that 6th man and they getting that energy from the crowd, I'm not going to be mad. I can't hate it because I'm going to just look at it as a blessing in disguise because that just gets us closer to having Ron Artest back for the second round. So the Lakers in the sweep of that, and that game comes on Sunday. And this one's going to be a good one too. The fourth place Grizz going against the 5th place Clippers. This is going to be a good one. I don't see the Clippers beating the Grizzlies because just from the size. And you have Marc Gasol. I feel like he's going to do most of his damage in the post. I don't feel like anybody can hold power. I mean, Marc Gasol whenever he really just want to play the game. I don't see anybody beating him or anybody that can hold him. And then you can't forget about, you know, the leading scorer, of course, Rudy Gay. You know, he's a beast in his own right. I don't really see them, you know, holding Rudy Gay down. And if you get a real healthy Zebo, and I mean, this team is it's a dangerous team. I mean, the Clippers, they have pieces, but I just feel like they're not going to really do anything with the Grizzlies. So the Clippers, I mean, they do have like one of the best point guards. It's going to be up to Chris Paul to get everybody the shots that they need to put them in the right spots. You know, you have Nick Young. He's playing he had a pretty good season. You got Blake Griffin, of course. You got Kenyon Martin and DeAndre Jordan. You know, they have pieces. They have pieces, real good pieces, but they're just not consistent. So it's inconsistency. It's really a toss-up. But I'm going to just go out on a limb, and I hate the Clippers, especially now, because they feel like they the shit, and they feel like LA is theirs, and Staples is really their house now. So to teach them niggas a real good lesson and let them know that y'all need a whole lot more than making it to the playoffs for the Staples to be y'all house. I really want the Grizzlies to sweep these bitches, but it probably won't happen. I'm going to say the Grizzlies in 5 or 6. I feel like, you know, it's Chris Paul. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, you know, I think they can take them probably to 5 or 6. But the Grizzlies, they are all going to go to the second round no matter what. That game comes on Sunday. Y'all can check that out. And that's it for the West. I'm going to go ahead and get to the East now. I have to get through this because I'm in the 4th quarter now. I didn't know I was talking that damn much. But Saturday, tomorrow, you got the 1st place Bulls against the 76ers, the 8th place 76ers. And this one, man, the Bulls is one of the most dangerous teams because, in my opinion, I'm not saying they are, but in my opinion, I almost feel like the Bulls is more dangerous without Derrick Rose than they are with them. I've seen the Bulls play without Derrick Rose, and it seems like they offense just runs so flawlessly. So you have Carlos Boozer, he's playing pretty good this year. You have Todd Gibson, Rip Hamilton, Ronnie Brewer, you know, players like that. You have, you know, the pieces. You know, you can't forget a real good defensive stopper in Luol Deng and Joakim Noah. You know, he has that that energy to bring your team to get. If y'all have like if y'all go through that stretch of where you really can't hit shit or you won't have nothing going, he can get that blocker, he can get that dunker, that stop, and you know all that wild ass hair, he can get going and start pumping his fist to get the crowd into it, and that can just lead him on a tear, you know, just by that. And that's without Derrick Rose. And with Derrick Rose, you already know what D Rose can do. You know, one of my favorite players in the NBA, real humble dude. The 76ers, they're an 8th place team, but they have to really just watch out. The Bulls do, because the 76ers haven't been in the playoffs and I don't know how long. I don't know if they made it in the playoffs since the AI era, but they're gonna feel like they deserve to beat us, so they're gonna try to give the Bulls a real good run for their money. So I think either way it go, I think the Bulls is gonna win this one at 5. I think the 76ers can have a chance to pull one out at home, but it's either a sweep for the Bulls or a 4-1 series for the Bulls. I don't really see the 76ers doing too much. And this is another one that I'm looking forward to. The game tomorrow, the 2nd seeded Heat against the 7th seeded Knicks. Now, for me, I'm just looking at it as Melo. He always felt like he been in the like in the shadows of LeBron, because y'all know they was drafted in the same year. I think they were drafted in the same year, and I always felt like Melo just wanted to stake his claim, and you know, him being Melo, you know, them not talking about, you know, when you think about Melo, sometimes you think about LeBron because they did come in together. But it would be so good to see the Knicks dethrone, not even dethrone because they haven't won shit, they ain't no Kings, nothing like that, but it'll be so good to see the Knicks beat the Heat in the first round. That would be so funny to me, but I just don't think they have it. I feel like in this series, it's not going to come down on Melo, because you know what Melo is going to give you. I feel like it's going to come down on Stoudemire. Sometimes he can be inconsistent, sometimes he plays soft, and you know, you have the big 3 going against the big 1, really, you know, because the last game that they played, it was, you know, Melo did all that he could, but he really needs help. You know, the big 3 can be too much. So I feel like Stoudemire have to have a monster game, like pretty much every game that he played, for the Knicks to have a chance. You know, and they got I feel like they have a pretty good bench. You know, as far as the Knicks go, the Heat, that's what you're looking at them. They don't really have a bench. They don't have players to bag up the big 3. So if Stoudemire could come in and just play the way he really supposed to play, I think he could come in. You know, the Knicks can do some damage. So you know, you got the big 3. You know, you got LaBish James, D Wade, and Christina Bosh. If y'all can just hold down one of those players, mainly either James or D Wade, I feel like they have a chance to come in, you know, and get a good upset. But you know, if you're just looking at it common sense, if you're just looking at it on paper, I'ma say the Heat in 6, but I'm pulling for the Knicks in that one. That game is Saturday. That's tomorrow. I'm gonna be looking at that game. I'm gonna be paying real close attention to that. I love playoff time, man. The next one is the 3rd place Pacers and the 6th place Magic. Now the Pacers, y'all haven't been to the playoffs. Y'all haven't got to the 2nd round in probably the Reggie Miller era. This is the time that they really just have a chance to go to the 2nd round. Dwight Howard is not playing. He's not in the game. So if the Pacers don't take advantage of this and go ahead and just beat the Magic real quick, they can't let them linger around. They don't deserve to be there in the first place, because if you don't have the best center in the game not playing, you know, they have 3-point shooters in the Magic, but you get that ball into Roy Hibbert and let Danger Granger do what he do, I feel like the Pacers gonna win this one easily in 5, because they've been playing real good basketball. 5 or 6 for the Pacers. I gotta hurry up, man. The damn game is over. That game is tomorrow, Sunday. It's a 4th place Celtics against the 5th place Hawks. And this one, I'm going to have to go with the Celtics, because the Celtics, you could never count them out. They're an old-ass team. But the Celtics, they just prove it time and time again, no matter how good, how old you are. If you play the game of basketball the way you're supposed to play it, it's like a sim-type basketball team, too. They play a real slow-paced type game. If you can do that, no matter how old you are, you can still win games easily. Not easily, but they are an old team. I just don't. The Hawks, you know, they up and down. They real inconsistent. So I'm gonna go with the in that one. I'm gonna say the Celtics in. Man, I'm gonna say the Celtics in 5 in that one. I don't see the Hawks doing anything with them. So that game comes on Sunday. Y'all check them out, man. And I'm gonna be looking forward to it. It's your boy Shout Dog 240. I'm gonna be coming at y'all with another video later on. I appreciate y'all if y'all stayed for this whole 24 minutes. If y'all didn't, I understand because the shit was too damn long. But man, I appreciate y'all anyway, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.